Hey guys, welcome to Joe's RC Corner, and today we're going to be back on the Zenith Cruzer. So stay tuned, and we'll get started. Alright guys, so welcome back to the channel, and we're going to be back on the Zenith Cruzer build. So what we're going to be working on today, I believe I'm going to go ahead and get started on the center console area, so that way I can finish doing some of the riveting of the L angles to the bottom floor of the aircraft. And then I think that's more or less all we need to get done prior to getting this prepped for paint. So we'll be able to start disassembling everything and maybe taping everything off, and by the end of the day, and then maybe tomorrow maybe we can shoot some primer in there and get that all started. I did also want to take a look at getting the seat pans, the sliding seat option installed, because I do want to have that kind of done before we do all the priming. But I believe the seat bases here, I want to prime those separately, so we may pull those off and paint and prime those off the airplane once we get the inside ready. So that's what we're going to be working on today. So enjoy the video, and let's get started. Oh, one of the other things that I did want to kind of bring up today, on any sections that are not going to be structural, and I want to put in like a nut plate or a bolt on something, I bought this tool here. I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera around and let you guys take a look at it, see what you think, and kind of describe what it is. Okay guys, so what we have here is it's basically a rivet gun here, but what it does is you can put in these rivet inserts here. They look like this, and what it does is it works pretty much like a rivet. You thread these onto this die here, and it gets pulled. This gets squashed a little bit, holding these pieces in. Now I'm going to be using for the most part, these are going to be used on aluminum to aluminum, so I'm not going to be using these ones. These aren't aluminum. I have some aluminum rivet nuts coming in, and those are going to be used for the most part for mounting these in place instead of using nut plates. So that's just going to allow me to put screws in for that. Also for the left side of the center console, that's going to be done the same way, so maybe we'll get a few of those in today. And then also around the instrument panel here, because I'm going to add a new panel right here. So this is going to be permanently riveted in place, and then I'm going to have a panel that mounts onto that. So we're going to be tracing that one day and getting that all started. But yeah, so that's what we're going to be using those for. Pretty neat little invention. I've heard of them, I've seen these in other things, but I've never really used one, so we're going to be reading the instructions and watching a few YouTube videos to figure that out. But pretty cool little tool. They have different types of these. They have automatic ones, they have ones that connect to drills, but I just went with a standard hand one because, you know, I'm only going to be doing a few of them, not a lot of them, so that should work just fine for that. So yeah, so let's get started. Let's get to work. All right, guys, so we're done for today. Tomorrow we'll get some more work on it, but I do want to go over what we got accomplished on the Cruzer today. But before I turn the camera around, I want to let you guys know I do have tendonitis, ECU tendonitis, so I have to wear this right now. Hoping I won't have to have the surgery to correct it. So we're trying these small things first, see if we can get it fixed. But in the meantime, I'm going to keep working on my Cruzer and see how much we can get done. But let me go ahead and turn the camera around, and we'll take a look at what I accomplished for today. And then we'll discuss a little bit at the end of the video on what I'm hoping to get done tomorrow on the Cruzer. So stand by, let me turn the camera around. Okay, so as you can see, we got everything cleaned back up again here in the plane. We do have the center console is pretty much mounted. I am missing a couple of screws here alongside, mostly because I don't have enough of the inserts here, so I'm going to have to go ahead and get more inserts and get those put in so we can get this screwed in place. But basically, I can release all the screws here along the side and down the side here, and also down along the bottom, and this panel can come off for inspection. So I'm really happy about that. It's not a it's a lot of screws, but I won't need to get in there very often. So I'd rather have the screws there and I can pull that panel off. And we're going to do the same thing with the screws along here, and possibly back there. I'm not sure yet. But basically what I want to be able to accomplish here is I want to be able to take this panel off here, and that way I have access down into my torque tube, or the torque rod for the flaperons and the elevator. So that's kind of the plan. We also did get these drilled out and screwed in place, or I'm sorry, not screwed, but drilled and then clecoed in place for right now. Not sure how. I think it goes up one more size or two more sizes here. I'm not positive. I got to double check the plans. Still have to get the ones back behind this, but I want to make sure this is in the correct position, so I need to finish getting these screws in first. Then we'll pull all this out. This is going to be painted separately from the interior. Same with some of these other parts here. So we're going to scroll down. Those are just setting in place. I still got to get the seat, sliding seat mount in place there. So what I ended up deciding on after reviewing the plans and talking to some of you guys on Facebook, what I ended up deciding on is the top skin, as the plans say, tucked underneath. I know that there's a possibility of water getting in there, but very unlikely considering I live in the desert, as well as the fact that it's going to be hangered all the time. There is a possibility down the road that it might be outside, but very, very unlikely. And the interior down here is not going to be carpeted anyway. It's going to be the truck liner type paint in the bottom. So should be easy to clean up and get out of there if there is anything, if anything gets in there. So not too concerned about that. And then along over here, this panel tucked in underneath here like it shows on the plans. Need to do a little bit of fit in still along here to match the angle, I believe. But if not, then this needs to be aligned a little bit more. But everything else looks pretty good. Just has a little bit of fit-in work to do. I got all of the holes drilled out back here for the baggage pans to sit on top of the seat bases. So that's all prepped and ready to go as well. I do still have to drill out the holes along the side here of the base to get that clecoed in place as well. Same with the other side, of course. So we'll get that all taken care of. I'm trying to think what else we have to go. Still have to get these L angles up in here, but I'm going to get that done a little bit later. So this is going to have to start coming apart in preparation so I can start prepping the interior of the aircraft for paint. So we will be doing the epoxy primer, two-stage epoxy primer on the interior, which is a gray, and then we will be putting the olive drab. This right here is going to be all the interior, except for the floors, of course. I will be getting the floors done in the, I have the Krylon Raptor type bed liner type stuff that we're going to be putting down on the bottom, so that'll get all taped off and everything in place. So but as you can see, guys, we got let me see if we can zoom in. The screws down here are, these screws are 632 with the nut rivets or Rivnuts on the back side. They work really, really nice. They do add a little bit of a gap here, which is not that big a deal. You know, considering it's got a big hole here, I'm not worried about a little tiny gap along here. So we're going to finish getting these in there. Still have a little bit of finishing work on this here to get it trimmed down a little bit, just sanded basically, to, or filed down just a little bit so it doesn't have that lip there. And then these will be riveted with, I believe, with A5s, and then the screws on this side. The other side is going to be all riveted, hence why it's got all of the clecos. So other than that, there we go. All right, guys, so that's all we have for today. I'll catch you in the morning tomorrow on Sunday and see how much more we can get done. So, see you in the morning. All right, guys, so welcome back to the next day. Still have the tendinitis, but we're going to continue working here on the Zenith Cruzer for today. Today's project, yesterday we finished up putting together the center console for the most part. We do have the, I used those Rivnuts on part of it, but I'm ran out, so I have those on order. Got them through Amazon. I'll put the link in the description if anybody's interested in those. But we went ahead and I got some more on order. Like I said, we're using aluminum ones. And then we're going to put those 632 screws along the pilot side of that center console, so that way we can remove it for easy servicing. We're also going to add those Rivnuts to the center armrest area as well. I know it's going to be a lot of screws, but there's a lot of holes there already because it's originally designed to be riveted. So we're going to add those Rivnuts to that. That way we can snap that piece on top and still remove it for inspections down the road. It'll be a lot of screws, but I think in the long run, I think I'll be happy to be able to take that off and do any inspection of any of the wires, cables, hoses going through there, because that center console area is where is going to be the passage for just about everything that has to get to the tail of the airplane. So we want to make sure that it is accessible. Even if we have to use a couple of screws, more than I would like, but even if we have to use those, I want to have access to that area for inspections every year. So today, we are actually going to move forward, and I know I did this once before, but it's always better to do it in the plane, I found out. But we're going to be installing those sliding seats. I've debated back and forth on whether or not to use them. For my airplane, I have decided to go ahead and use the sliding seats. Yes, they are. The sliding seat option is a lot heavier than just installing the seats, but for me, I think it's going to be well worth it. Okay. Everyone's airplane, that's the beauty of this, is that everyone can build the plane the way they want to. I know a lot of guys don't use the sliding seats because of the weight, but my opinion, for my airplane, I think it's a great option, so I'm going to go ahead and get those installed. So we're going to take a look at the plans. So I'm going to move the camera around. We're going to take a look at the plans. Okay, so like I said, guys, we're going to go ahead and get started on the slide-in seat. So I already have these pieces installed on both sides. Those are at a set distance, so I'm going to have to pull the seat bases out, and I can get these get the measurement from the front leading edge here of the seats to this center section. Amazingly enough, they don't give you that measurement from the forward to here, and I want to make sure that when I start the holes here, that I am over where that's supposed to be. So I want to get the measurement from the edges on the inboard first, from here to here, get that figured out on both seats, and then I can start from there. From that point, I can now measure 65 millimeters in, and that's the first nut plate hole. And then 295 millimeters from that hole is where the outboard one goes. And that should be repeated down here to make sure that these are both parallel, because if they're not parallel to each other, that seat won't slide forward and aft. So that's what we're going to work on, guys. So let's get to work. Okay, guys, so back. We just finished installing the pilot side slide and seat option. I'm going to have to add a few more, maybe a washer or two underneath, because the bolts are a tad bit long, but they are the ones that came with it. And the bolts end up, once they're through the seat, they're actually touching the bolts, the heads of the bolts on the sliders. So I'm going to turn the camera around and let you take a quick look at that. But so as you can see, the seat base is in. The levers here should be no problem where it is. But this, I believe that it came out pretty good. It slides nicely, as you can see. Once you get the lever, it's a butt and two-hand job. Well, it's two-hand job when doing this, especially when I have this on. So anyways, but either way, it slides nicely when you're sitting in it. No issues there. Everything lines up perfectly. I did oversize these holes just a little bit, just so I can have a little bit of adjustment side to side. But I have the washers in there, so it should be good to go. I do need to start putting together the back now, so I can get an idea of where that's going to be as well. I already have my interior order. I'm on the waiting list for Abby at Flightline Designs. She's putting together some nice distressed leather seats for me. At least that's the plan. I got to get back in touch with her to discuss the final design plan. But yeah, so it's so this is all coming together. I'm hoping that my aluminum Rivnuts will come in so I can finish getting those screws in place so I can pull this panel off, so I have access to underneath and everything. My fuel shutoff I'm going to put up here in the middle. I know some guys have put it down here, made a little box and so on, but I think I want to have access to it fairly easily. So right here, my headsets are going to be mounted back there, the plate for the headsets, so I got to get that kind of started as well. Let's see, what else are we at? So yeah, so I need to work on getting the passenger seat, slide-in seat installed. That'll be my next step, and then along with finishing the rivets down under here, I have to rivet this base here, at least drill the holes out so they can touch. So I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see. Maybe we can, there we go. So you can see when I tighten this nut up here all the way down, it touches the nut head here. So maybe I'm wrong, there's not supposed to be a washer there. I'm not sure. But this bolt will then touch that if I tighten it down too much. So I'm going to have to take a look at that. I may need to add a washer. I got to look at see where in the plans to see where that washer should be. But anyways, everything is all good to go down in here. There you go. The wire connected. And should be all set. So there you have it, guys. That's installing the seat base with the slide and seat option. I kind of like the raised seat just a little bit. It raises it up a couple inches, and I'm kind of happy with that. And that'll give me a nice base there to install the seats and the seat covers and everything. So next step will be pulling these back, pulling at least the base, the seat itself, pull that out. And then I can get the back plates installed. So I need to get those primed and so that they're corrosion resistant, and since it's going to be touching the aluminum here. The seats themselves, I'm probably going to go ahead and paint them black. I'm not sure how much of it is actually exposed once the seats are, the upholstery is in. But it'd be nice to have it primed and painted so that way everything is protected. Other than that, guys, that's all I have for right now. I'm going to start working on the passenger side. Now that I did it once, should be fairly straightforward on that side. So let's get started on that, and I'll be back with you at the end. Okay guys, so we're going to call it for the weekend here. I got quite a bit done. I'm really happy with the progress that I made today, considering my injured wrist. But again, like I said, I am extremely happy with the progress. We got a lot done here. I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera around, let you guys take a look, see what we got done. So as you can see, we got both seats now installed with the slide-in seat mechanism. They both slide, but it's one of those things, your butt needs to be in the seat in order to slide it really nicely. But as you can see, they are in, and they are looking mighty nice. I know there's a controversy with different people with whether or not to use the slide-in seat option because of the weight of the mechanism. But you know what? My opinion, this is going to make things a lot more comfortable for me. I'll be able to slide the seat back, make it easier to get out, slide the seat back up, and good to go. Also, to get to the baggage area back here, I can slide the seat forward and tip the back forward and make it really easy to get things in and out back there, which is going to be helpful, definitely. So that's on the pilot side there. You can walk around over to the other side and you can see the passenger side. Now, of course, the passenger side went a lot faster and a lot smoother because made the mistakes on that side, made them and corrected them, but nothing major. Just had to elongate the seat base skin to get that bolt back there in. But other than that, everything went together nicely. Might need to add another washer to these because, like I mentioned earlier, when you tighten this down, not to where it's bending anything, but when you tighten that down, the threads or the bolt threads of this one touch the head of that bolt. So we want to make sure that doesn't happen. It makes this a lot easier. Final installation, we will be going back and adding some grease to these to make sure that it has a nice slide-in mechanism. Levers work on here, shouldn't be a problem there. And that's practically where my seat, of course I don't know until I have the foam in the back on, but for the most part that's about where I'm feeling comfortable sitting in that plane, but yeah, looking forward to getting that moving forward. Now the seat base, what I'm thinking about doing is the same as the floor, since it'll be the Rhino liner type on here, and then on the floor in there, and then the sides of everything will be the olive drab. And what I'm thinking for my panel, once I get this cut out and get the new piece installed on it, I think I'm going to use the hammered metal on this. I think that'll look really nice, which is basically the same color as I'm using on here. Gives that nice crackled look to it. I think that'll look pretty nice on the panel. And I'm going to carry that down here and across to here. It'll end there. The back up here and that piece back here, I'm not sure quite yet, but I'm leaning towards just doing the olive drab on that. Along with everything in the back here is all going to be olive drab. So we're going to get all this prepped next week. Get it all prepped for paint for next week for the interior. That'll be next week's job. Maybe we'll lay down some paint, maybe we won't. I don't know. There's a few minor things I still need to get completed. Waiting for my aluminum Rivnuts to get this side panel on this side, the pilot side. I need to get all those Rivnuts installed, and that way this panel here on the side can be screwed on and off very easily. This is all going to be riveted in place afterwards, but I'm not going to rivet any of this in until I know where all my things are going to go. I'm thinking my fuel shutoff valve will fit nicely up here. I'm not sure yet. We'll see how that all works out. If not, maybe on this back panel here so it's easy to get to. Not sure quite yet. Yeah, so I'm very happy with how these installed. Little bit of work, but I think in the end I'm going to be happy with them. So I think that's going to work out nice. Okay, so and with that, guys, this is going to be the end of the video for today. I'm finally sitting in my airplane, in my seats of my airplane. So
super exciting. I'll keep you guys updated on what's going on with the wrist as we move along. But yeah, I can't believe I actually got the seats in here, and I'm really happy with how they came out. And I know they're going to look awesome once Abby at Flightline Interiors gets my seats made up with the nice rustic leather seats. So I'm looking forward to that. It's going to go really nicely with the paint scheme on the airplane. And I'm really looking forward to getting this airplane in the air. So signing off from inside my airplane. Keep building, keep flying, guys, and stay tuned to the end, because we're going to have a couple of shout outs to a couple of channels that inspire me here on YouTube. So keep building, keep flying. See you on the next video, guys.